Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy. I'm a developer advocate, a full stack engineer, and proud to be a MongoDB community creator. Today I'm excited to show you a simple Python data pipeline using MongoDB, Dagster, and Pydantic. Dagster is an orchestration tool for data pipelines, making it easier to define, manage, and monitor our workloads. It helps you to develop and maintain data assets like tables, datasets, machine learning models, and more. By combining these technologies, we could create a robust data processing pipeline that we could iterate on in the future. Let's dive in. Let's start by setting up our environment. Right now we have a directory called MongoDB pipeline with a persons.json file in it, which contains our data for this lesson. As you see, it's just a very large JSON file. And we could start by running MongoD to start our MongoDB database locally. And then now within the terminal in VS Code, open up a new terminal, then start a Python virtual environment with python -m venv. We're also going to create a file named persons.py. After the creation of that file and the virtual environment, we're going to activate the virtual environment with the source venv /bin/activate. There you'll see the venv next to my directory, and then we can install the dependencies that we need with pip install, pymongo, Dagster, Pydantic, and then Pydantic settings. And what these packages will do, we'll set up Dagster, connect to MongoDB, and we'll install Pydantic, which is the most widely used data validation library for Python. Once that's installed, go to your persons.py file and then bring in your imports, paste them here. And then we're first going to instantiate a class named MongoDSN. DSN just stands for data source name. We're going to take an any URL and an allowed schemes of Mongo, MongoDB plus SRV. Make sure you have brackets. What this allows you to do is define a custom URL type for MongoDB connectors. Next, we're going to set up a class named settings, which calls the base settings. And this manages application settings using Pydantic. We're going to specify a URI, and that URI is going to be the MongoDSN equal to MongoDSN parentheses MongoDB ://127.0.1:27017. What this does is set up the MongoDB to the default URI. Then we're going to set up another class of config. It's an env file equal to env. And if we have environment variables to pull from, it'll pull from this file. And next, we're going to set up a resource for our MongoDB connection. And we do this with @resource config schema is equal to brackets a URI, which has the type of string. Next, create a definition. Mongo resource takes context as the argument, URI equals context dot resource config square brackets URI. This creates a MongoDB client with the URI. Next, client, which is equal to Mongo client with the URI. Next, we're going to return the specific Mongo database that we used in the pipeline. So return client. We're going to call the database Mongo_persons. Next, we're going to create our data loading operation with OP required resource _keys is equal to brackets Mongo. For definition, we want load _persons_data context as the argument. And then incorporate a try with open persons.json as f file persons equal json.load that file. And what this does is load the persons.json file. Next, we're going to input that data in result. And that is equal to context.resources.mongo brackets persons. Put .insert _many persons. Then we're going to write a context.log.info. Then it's going to take the file, quotes, inserted, len, result, .inserted, _IDs, persons into MongoDB. And what this line does would log a success in this case. We're also going to put an exception, named exception, as an error, context.log.error for the file, error inserting persons into MongoDB, and then the error. Then we're going to raise it if a failure does occur. And the final step is to create a job definition with @jobs resource definition is equal to brackets Mongo is equal to Mongo underscore resources. And that has the definition of persons underscore job parentheses. And that's going to load persons data. Then we're going to add an if statement underscore name is equal to underscore main underscore. And settings are equal to settings with capital parentheses. This instantiates the settings to access the configuration. Type in persons underscore job dot execute underscore in progress parenthesis. Open it up. Run underscore config equals. We're going to have 4 brackets. The first one, resources in quotes, set to Mongo in quotes, 2, config in quotes, 2, URI in quotes, set to string, parentheses settings, dot URI. Now we could open our terminal, run it, and see it in action. Now within the virtual environment, I'm going to paste my path and then the persons.py file, and then press enter. Then when you get the logs, you can see that the run started, it loaded the person's data from the code, and then eventually led to a run success. So now let's enter MongoDB Compass to see what happened. So now I have MongoDB Compass. My localhost, once I refreshed it, I can see the collection named Mongo underscore persons. And if I open it, I can see that I have the 5,000 documents that were in the persons.json file. And here they are. So in conclusion, by integrating MongoDB and Dagster, we've built a simple yet powerful data pipeline. As a developer, I get excited about combining different technologies, and I look forward to continue to explore them in the future. If you have any questions or want to learn anything about this setup, please feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching, and keep iterating.